I kind of miss chat rooms. Chat rooms were fun.
Yeah,
I don't need.
I miss chat roulette, dude.
Chat roulette. Oh my god.
until the pedophiles got. Pedophiles have ruined the internet.
There was
you
this
know?
one dude in a gi, and he had like shaving cream.
You're
and he was
such
like,
Don't let them get to you.
I'm not.
I would have done
I
the
am.
same thing.
Why is this called Dixit? Dixit. What a weird name.
I'm feeling dick sick. Someone get me a computer. We're just three best friends till the end.
Catching up and wagging shins.
How's it going? How's it been?
Enough of that. Let's jump right in.
Welcome to the Dick Sick Podcast, episode Cinco.
Is that true? Is this Cinco?
Cinco
Wow.
de Julio.
It's so funny how quickly I'm.
How do you
That's
say
true. I don't
July
know.
in
That's it.
Spanish?
Yeah,
Julio?
Julio.
Wow.
Well, that was.
I should run for office.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Cinco de Julio.
Yeah. I'll be damned. I forgot.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't do it anymore.
Nope.
It kind of makes me sad.
I don't come out here anymore.
That's true
What?
too. No, he kind of just stays in his room.
Well, that's a huge red
Sometimes the
flag.
door's open, sometimes it's not. What'd you say?
That's a huge red flag.
I think he's preparing.
Are you agoraphobic? A little bit. I'm more of roomophobic. What does that mean? I just don't leave that room. In COVID, I was like, dude, I'm going to stay inside. I'm going to be like John Bernthal in The Punisher. He'd fucking hit those press-ups in his room.
Oh, my God.
Just looking like a... And then I was like, I'm going to take a nap. Oh, another nap.
Oh, I remember.
You
'cause
napping from... You're tired from napping. I slept so much... It's a miracle I didn't just Rip Van Winkle that shit.
Isaac Newton, dude. Object in motion tends to stay in motion. And an object taking rest tends to stay taking rest. But it is true, though.
You and I conked out yesterday.
Oh, I was so tired.
I was
too. Partying for 2 days straight. But I was going to say, in COVID, when we were living together, and he worked maybe 4 feet from his bed.
Right.
Brother.
And
That's
What did you do?
dangerous.
Just like get up
He
and go
would
to the
still
desk,
be late
that
to
tiny
work.
that little black desk that was there?
Yeah, dude.
which
just
lets
put your
you know
laptop-
it's not the commute,
It,
it's the employee.
it would literally... Dude, I'd wake up and be
How
like,
are you late to
That's what I'm saying.
work from home?
You talk about people are like, robots, we don't have a break. I would wake up and be like, need to start employment. Time late. And I'd just log on. And I'd be like, let me catastrophize for the next 9 hours. Like I'd do, like I'd send like 2 emails and I'd be like, they're going to get us. Didn't know who. What, am I going to get myself? Who knows?
Well, it was a crazy time.
Oh,
And I
dude,
feel
it
like
was-
Since then, things haven't gotten like I keep waiting for like finally
It's
things
back
are
to
normal again.
Yeah.
It's never happening.
I don't think so.
No.
What we had as normal is gone.
It's gone, and COVID is when it happened.
Yep.
When
It's
you
when
and
it
I
left.
remember you and I went out, I think Lower East Side, right before COVID.
You and me?
Yeah,
100%.
bro. And that was like
That was
New
wild.
York. And then when we went out, that was New York. So I knew it a little bit before COVID, and now I'm just like, it's still fun to go out and do things, but it's never, I don't think, going to be like it was.
And it's hard to even like pinpoint what exactly is different. But I think maybe the biggest thing is like I used to kind of trust the government.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, dude.
I did to an extent.
They,
And now it's like
bro, they were.
and it just makes me so sad because I was like, well, what do I do? There's nothing I can do.
Yeah. I have no trust
Yeah.
in the government.
Anyway,
So sad. Anyway, yeah.
I don't even think subways are back to full capacity.
You mean, wait, what do you mean?
Like Subway sandwiches?
$5 foot long.
No, Subway, they're fine. They're
No,
normal.
I mean
No,
I
he
know
means
that
the
I know they're
trains.
running
No.
back. I meant not full capacity, in attendance. Like I haven't seen a train as busy.
Oh, since before COVID, like
Yeah.
where it's like packed.
I've been on
have a
one that
couple of
was
times.
packed, and I'm like, Oh shit.
I mean,
Okay.
that's two things. That's
And then
the people worried about health,
Yeah.
but also people worried about shooters. Because there were
Yeah.
so many,
Yeah,
there was
that's
so much
right.
violence on the subways. It scared a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially women.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was giant. It was giant. All the stabbings and everything.
I saw one guy get on the subway with body armor, and I was like, "Fuck
What
me."
the fuck? Are you serious?
I came in, I sat down. It's the morning, right? I'm doing Wordle, got a coffee, and I look up, and it's almost
Wordle
kind of
fucked me up today.
makeshift body armor, but he has like camo and American flag on his bag, and I was like,
Something to fight for.
because I looked up and I was like, "Oh fuck me!" Like I literally, because
You're
I'm like
"That's
looking
it,
around,
Clinton."
but I looked up and I was like, "Well, this is the end."
Do y'all remember?
And I guess nothing happened.
I'm a ghost. No, I mean,
that
I was
from?
like, I'm sure some people now, to keep safe, like, they got knives, mace, batons, and they don't want something to pop off, but they're like, I'm not going to get killed.
So you
Fuck
think
that.
he was?
I think he
think
was
he was
like,
just
if
preparing
something
for the
happens,
world? He
I'll
was one of the
beat a
scared ones.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll beat a mother. And it's like, okay.
Or go down swinging.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I saw a video of some guy, an unhoused man, if you will, was like demanding somebody give him money out of the wallet. And the guy was like, I'm like, nah, dude. Oh, motherfucker. I promise you, dude. I'll be practicing moves. I'll be like, stand right there. I want to see if I can hit this flying knee. I think I'd just start
He had
swinging.
no idea. This
I think I would literally just tighten up as hard as I could and start rotating those hips, dude, and just start throwing bombs,
you just
baby.
start doing the hula.
No, dude, I'm gonna start ping, ping, and if they grab me or something, I'm gonna be like, all right, daddy got to put you in guard. Grab your fucking ankle, daddy-o. This is now a martial arts podcast.
That's what's so scary about subway trains. There's nowhere to go. You can only
There's
go
really
that way
not.
or that way.
Yeah.
That was a shit bag design.
Did you ever see 310 to Yuma?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's a different train, 310 to Yuma. No, but Taking of Pelham, I never saw the new one,
I saw the new one, not the old
but
one.
the old one, holy shit, it's so good. Can I
Yeah.
spoil it for you?
Sure. I had no-
Spoilers.
He was
This movie
in the
came out
house.
long ago. Spoilers.
The new one was with John Travolta, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Denzo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this guy holds up a subway train, right? And they're in the middle of a tunnel. And so, like, there's nowhere to go.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And he gets away with it. He does. But the whole time that he's talking to dispatch, because, like, he, like, escaped through, like, some tunnels or whatever,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. I just remember he got away with it. And whole time he's talking to them, he has a little cough. And they're like, so what do you need? And you don't think anything of it, but like there is this present cough. It's like it doesn't go away. And he'll be like, well, these people on the train, they need and it's like, oh shit. Finally, at the very end, the guy's in his apartment and there's a knock at the door, and it's the cops, and they come in and they're just asking him questions, and he totally plays the part perfectly. Of it's not me. I know nothing about what you're talking about, but he's answering questions. He's doing this. And then at the very last moment in the movie, he is like frying an egg, and he asks him one more question. They're about to leave, and he's like, all right, y'all have a good day. And his cough like sells him out. And so you know they
Yeah.
got him. And it was
Oh
like,
my god.
it was a
Hell
really
yeah.
cool.
That's
like,
awesome.
Who did that film?
Oh God, I have no idea. I have no
Is
idea.
Paul Newman in it? No, Paul Newman's in The Sting.
Yeah.
And Cool Hand Luke. I never saw The Sting, but
I never saw Cool Hand Luke.
oh, so good. Your type of film.
It's on my list.
Watched it in existentialism.
I've never even heard of this. What is
Cool Hand Luke? No, bro, it's so good. What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, that's where that's from.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
it from GNR, dude.
I know.
GNR.
I know it from a little, DKR.
Hold on. What?
It's Robert Shaw.
Robert Shaw.
Peter Stone is one of the writers.
Oh, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Rises?
Yeah. That was it.
Got him. Wait,
Staunched,
did you find Taking a Pelham?
Yeah,
Who was it?
I just said it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about DKR, dude.
No, Robert Shaw.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude,
And
that
Peter
was
Stone was one of the writers.
such a good movie.
I have to watch it.
I do too. I kind of really want to watch it now.
What's your favorite like old school movie? Not Everyone at Once.
Oh, It Happened One Night
Okay,
with
what's that?
Claudia Colbert and is that Claudia Colbert? And I think it's Clark Gable. She is. Oh my God, she's like a wealthy socialite or a socialite's husband or something. She's on a boat in the beginning. It's not a lot of action, you
No,
know.
not in
and
those.
I had to watch it for my senior year intro to film because I was like, I'm gonna take the easiest fucking shit late in the game, and I took that and I got assigned that movie and I was watching it in my apartment by myself, right? Lonely as can be. And it's just this grandiose love story. So Clark Gable is kind of this, to my understanding, kind of this agent, right? In whatever an agent was in the 40s or whatever the fuck. So he gets Claudia Colbert and he has to get her somewhere. And I don't know if someone's looking for them. There is kind of like a, shit, we got to be discreet. And she's like, you are not a gentleman. You know, it's very, they're already bitching at each other, but it's cute. They have good dialogue. And he obviously starts to have feelings for her. And there's one scene in a motel room where there's not split rooms. So he puts up a clothing line and he hangs a sheet over it and they get changed. It was like very provocative. And they're talking back and forth. And he mentions something like the walls of Jericho or something. Like he's like, beyond this wall is like all this, yada, yada, yada. Like it's beautiful because he like finally like explains that he like loves her, but he gets her back to New York and the guy she's with is a fucking piece of shit. It's just the age old, like you meet somebody, but it's not right, but you make it right and all this stuff. So it's really sweet. It's a good film.
That reminds me, like, all that about, like, it was really provocative. Like, there was one time in chat, I was at that liquor store over by 21st Century. Like, you go over the overpass, the Sonic is right here, and then there's a supermarket here, but I don't remember what it was. I was never there often. Anyway.
Where is this?
I think I was headed over to hang out with you at Carrie's, maybe, when y'all lived right over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Off Germantown?
Yeah. But it's like around the corner. Anyway,
Where was 21st Century? I thought that was in Brainerd.
21st Century was near Barger.
Yeah, okay.
Got you.
Now I
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I was in there and checking out, and the guy working had his laptop open, and he had an old school movie on, and I was like, just kind of watching it with him for a second, and then he started talking. I don't even think I asked a question about it, and he goes, "They don't make them like they used to," and I was like, "They sure don't," and he goes, "Nowadays, everyone's, it's all car chases and booties hanging out, the blood. People got to see everything. There's nothing left up to the imagination." And I was like, yeah. That's everyone. No one likes to think anymore or whatever. And he goes, like, don't they understand that this is sexy? They don't have to say everything. You know what's happening. You know what's happening. They just don't have to say it. They don't have to talk about it. They don't have to show it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is such a thing we miss. We think that, like, older generations didn't know certain things or didn't talk about. It's like, no.
They didn't talk about it because they didn't need to.
They did it. Everyone just knew it.
Now, sometimes it was one of those, like, we don't talk about it because we're not allowed to. We don't talk, like, there's something like that.
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
also, there was a lot of, like, we don't have to, we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about, like, big things about, like,
Yeah.
intense racism and sexism and all that stuff.
No, but, like, the provocative shit, they were like, this was nothing. It's like, no, it was. It's because...
It's like the keeping from it
Yes,
is like the sexy thing.
It's the chase.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a chase or a little tease or
Yeah.
something.
That's why the French Connection was so good. The chase. No, but that was a great car chase scene.
But what's your favorite movie?
See, the first one. The first one I thought of was "It's a Wonderful Life."
Never
but,
seen
But
it.
then I was like, I don't know if holiday movies count
Oh
So
yeah, that's a
then-
good point. Good point.
because "It's a Wonderful Life" is like.
I've
come
never
on.
seen it.
Never seen it.
Yeah,
But
we've
you
never
know
seen it.
the premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Oh,
because it's become such a thing that
It's a
people
part of
like.
culture,
It's
yeah.
such a part. Like my first time seeing it was oh fuck, what was it? I think it was like Fairly Odd Parents.
he saw life. What would it
If
be
he,
like
if he was
without
never
him.
born.
Yeah.
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 And I've seen it, and then you see it like forever.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So that's the first one I thought, and then I thought about The French Connection, which is a great movie. It's a cop movie. You know, he's looking for this guy, but because of this car chase scene, like nowadays it's all sleek and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
This is one of the messiest car chases you've ever seen. He's running up on things and running it, and
Yeah.
it looks like a real fucking like whoa. It's so good. It's so good.
Damn.
But then I was thinking another one while you were talking, and I was listening. Rear Window.
Oh,
Rear
haven't seen it,
Window,
but I
I
know
think
of
is
it.
probably
so
the best.
fucking good. Sorry,
Yeah.
I won't be
So
all up
good.
in.
You're good.
So
You're not
good.
yelling.
That was so good.
Such a good movie. Do you know Rear Window?
No, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
So it started off, I believe, as a short story. And what it is there's a guy, and he's, it was Cary Grant in the movie, wasn't it? Not Cary Grant.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Would you look that
Carrie
up?
Bradshaw.
Rear
no, it was.
Window.
No, it was.
It was like one of those guys.
Oh God, I know what it is. I know
What is
who
his
it is.
name?
I know who it is. Jimmy.
Jimmy Hoffa.
No, not Jimmy Hot. Don't. Come on, I know this.
Well, who's the girl that was in it?
Jimmy?
No, I don't remember.
Jimmy.
If I tell you, you're gonna go. That's
I'm already
annoying."
kicking myself.
I
Just
know.
tell me.
I know who it is. The guy though. It's Jimmy.
You want me to give you the girl?
Yeah.
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly, and then he was Cary Grant, right?
No, it wasn't Cary Grant.
wasn't.
It
He's
was.
closer
I
to
know. I know who it is.
He's closer to it.
It's Jimmy. God, what's his last
from It's
fucking
Wonderful
name?
Life. Yeah,
Jimmy who?
I don't. Stewart.
Yep.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yep.
Yes.
James Stewart.
James
Yeah.
Stewart.
But yeah, I was like, you're closer. You're close
Yeah.
on it.
So he's caught in a wheelchair, stuck in a wheelchair, and all he spends his time doing is he sits by the window, and he faces this apartment building, and he can see into different people's apartments.
Oh wow.
And so he sees this whole story unfolding across all these people's apartments, and like solves a murder and shit.
oh
like,
shit.
isn't Disturbia based off of Rear Window?
Disturbia is based
Yeah.
off Rear Window.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the.
Disturbia is so good.
See, I heard it was ass, so I never when it came out, I never watched it. And then as I've gotten older, there's so many people who were like, "It's so good."
I never
it's
saw it
so
either.
good.
I remember
It's-
you and Carter watching it.
Now
Yeah,
it's like
I think that's why
Yeah.
it was Carter. He was like,
well, Carter
yeah, he
loved
sucks
that
at
fucking
reviewing
movie,
movies.
so he loves that movie.
He loved movies, though.
But he
Yeah, but he was so like it was so bad. He was so bad at movies. So it's like
yeah.
he would literally like I never forget it.
District 9.
Yep.
That shit.
And then he went back and watched like when we talked about District 9, I was like, that is such an underrated good movie.
Oh, yeah,
And
it's
he was like,
phenomenal.
he hated it. He was like, what the fuck is this? He's like, robots having like they can think for themselves. What the fuck is that? I was like, it's called an allegory. Hey, so
Yeah.
and this
but
went
they're
on for
bugs.
months.
They're like little
Did they
fucking
eat cat food or
cockroaches.
something? I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah, so
Carter always talks
it's a
about it.
Shit's
lot. It's a
brutal.
brutal one, but it's so good. And then because the guy who made it was the same guy who made Chappie, and
Yeah.
I didn't get to see Chappie, but I heard it
didn't,
was
yeah.
good. But this one, this argument went on for
Yeah.
probably
Months.
2 years actually.
Oh yeah,
Because we saw it early in high
God, I
school,
remember
and
when
then he
y'all-
was like, I was like, "Fuck you! You don't even like District 9. You didn't understand it." And he goes, "All right, I have something I have to say." He's like, "I went back and I watched District 9. It's a pretty good fucking movie. I
Yeah.
get it. I understand. I get what it is now."
Yeah.
He's like, "And I didn't get it at first." I was like, "Cause you don't get it." I was like,
It
you don't
was
watch it. You need to
so-
watch movies and understand what they're trying to tell you. Sometimes they're just fucking good. Now I want to watch District 9 again.
It's so good. It's like fucks with you, dude. I don't like
It does. I love District 9. I haven't seen it in so long, but I
Did you
really
see
want to see it
Psycho?
again. The original?
Never saw it. Never saw the original.
Dude,
Ooh, that's some good
I
acting.
knew what the
Was it
ending
Norman
was just
Bates,
because
I
right?
didn't.
I see. Here's the thing. I
I knew the
spoiled
shower
me.
scene, but I didn't
knew
know the
that. I didn't
ending.
know anything else. And then I had watched like some Watch Mojo stuff, and they kind of spoiled the ending, but they didn't because I didn't know what the story was about. And then that ending happens, and like when she turns around, and I was like, oh shit. And then he comes out and went, I went, oh, and it's not even that scary, but the way he looks.
It's what it does to your brain.
That's
You're
exactly
like,
what happens. You just
so
go,
what's his life been like?
Right. And then he's like, oh, his
It's like
face.
a Rose for Emily. You know what I mean?
What?
The William Faulkner short story about the woman who was sleeping next to the corpse of her husband.
No.
No.
A Rose for Emily?
No.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
on.
I think they had to read it in school, didn't we?
Do I need to look this up, or are you gonna give it
Loser,
to us?
you read, bro. You did the assigned reading.
But the reason she kept getting these flowers was because it stank so bad in her apartment because she kept sleeping next to the corpse of her dead husband.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
You know, there's so much crazy shit. Like, if people are like,
dude, you've got to watch Psycho.
I
It
do-
is so
I
good.
do.
Psycho's good.
We were talking about me and someone. I can't remember who I was talking.
But
about
what's
this
your
about.
favorite film before we?
Oh, that's
Oh.
not my favorite film. I was
No,
just
no,
saying
old film.
What do you mean? You said
school.
you said Rear Window.
Old school film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite old school film.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
sorry.
Let me check this. The
Little
year
Miss
on
Sunshine.
He's
would be my
googling
favorite film.
best old
Okay.
films.
Is 66 a good one? Is that a good
1966.
year? How like what's our?
I
like-
would say if it's black and white, it counts.
Well, see, I didn't watch a lot of black and white films.
Oh, okay. What is it?
66 is fairly old though.
I thought so too.
At this point, it's
like
80
most
years
of,
old.
I think Rear Window was in the 60s.
Yeah,
It was in
Yeah.
the 50s.
it was.
50.
Now
54.
fuck me, right?
I'm just saying, there's
Fuck
because a
me,
lot
running.
of my movies are like
Well, what
like
was
the
it?
70s or 80s and up.
Yeah.
Like for me, the 70s or one of my favorite like old films is The Godfather. 'Cause I
Oh, right.
watched it later on in my life, and I was like, this is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I was
A
like,
little
it is
long, but
so-
yeah.
I disagree. That ending.
You don't think it's long?
No, I think it is just right
God,
because
when
that
they get to
ending,
Italy, you're like, we're not done yet.
oh, well, you mean when they have the wedding?
Just
In the
how
beginning?
long it is.
Dude, I will say in the beginning when they're doing the wedding, not the second one, because the second one
Part two,
just-
I think, is better. But yeah.
I see.
I
I
think
need
part
to
two's
rewatch
better.
part two because I watched it like in chunks. But the first one, when I watched it, I was like, okay, I know it's gonna be a long movie, and the wedding part was the part where I was like, okay, it's a little long. But after that, that ending is
the garden?
such a fucking good payoff that
Jeez.
when it happened, I was stuck.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
stuck in my chair. If it's not that, if it's like pre-70s, I'd probably say like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
A great movie.
Okay.
It's a great movie, and I
Talk
watched
about
it in
a good
college.
ending.
Yeah, I watched it in college. We used to have movie nights in my
Yeah.
freshman year, and one of my friends was like, "We should watch a western," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, you're clearly from Oklahoma." He was like, "We should watch a western." I was like, "Okay, fucking fine, let's watch a western," and he chose that, and we watched it. And I was like, "This
Yeah.
is fucking great!" I was like, "This is an amazing movie."
Yeah.
And so I'd say like I need to rewatch it, but that's definitely one of like an old film. I consider like an
Yeah.
older film that
We
I'm
were
like
born in
that's
the
so good.
90s.
Huh?
Fuck
Yeah,
anyone who's like, oh,
When did when
up,
did it
nerd.
happen one night come out? Because that shit is ancient.
34.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
But the other movie that I really want to see,
RoboCop's an old one.
We're back to the 30s, motherfucker.
well, one of the 30s movies that I really want to see that I still haven't is Citizen Kane.
Oh, dude,
I really want to see.
Rose
I've
is
never
fun.
seen
Great
it.
nap.
I don't know, dude.
But I also am one of those people that when I watch an old movie, I like read up on it.
Yeah.
I want to be in the context. I want to be there and go, holy shit, this is in the blah 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like this is amazing for what it was at the time.
And the
Yeah.
fact that that was his first film,
That was like his first and
Crazy.
like
bro.
is like
What a-
his best one. His
Yeah,
like
dude.
literally one hit wonder.
That motherfucker died doing Welch's commercials. Or Ocean Spray. Brother. Brother. Your first film is the best film ever.
It's considered one of the greatest
And
films
then-
ever made.
Couple months before you die, they're like, yes, Mr. Wells, you will be drinking Ocean Spray's new Diet Razcran, okay? And we put your check in the mailbox, you dumb, stupid idiot. My dad loved your film, and he died. You know, like,
Yeah.
sorry. Shout out to Orson. He's just looking up at us. No, that's fucked up.
Wait, who did that joke? There's someone who was like,
Oh.
like,
Which show?
he's like, rest in peace. I'm sure he's looking up at me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what was that?
I don't
Didn't
know.
someone say that about Kim Kardashian's dad?
It
That's
feels like
Rob
an
I
easy
think
joke
it
to
Kardashian.
was. I
make.
think it was.
Yeah.
Huh?
Feels like an easy joke to make.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
What a talent, though. We watched.
Kardashian?
Yeah.
I've
No,
seen
no,
the
no, no,
tape.
no. Orson Welles. Actually,
her film?
I felt
I
a
was
little
like, you seen
bad
her
about
Back in
that.
2008.
Dude, speaking of, wait, sorry,
Right.
and we'll go back to your.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
sure
just
we will.
watched the Tom Brady roast.
Oh, yeah.
So funny.
But here's the thing, people were like shitting on Kim for her. Like, apparently she got booed there, which was crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then they like edited it out. But I watched it, and she had some good fucking zingers, dude.
Yeah.
Like, she had a whole joke about her dad and OJ and him being a murderer.
No, it was-
And like not a lot of people laughed, but I was cackling.
Yeah.
I was like, whoever wrote these for her, like, good on you, because they wrote it so that she could deliver it the way she does, which is like, you know, not a lot of personality, but
Yeah.
like
That was like the most watched
was
thing
funny.
Netflix had ever like.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still is. It's the most watched Netflix product.
I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Think about all the
Great-
converging interests.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, but it's also
You're
like
pulling from a lot of different types.
yeah, you're getting a bunch of, you know, their words, not mine, fucking lame lame ass podcasters.
That was funny.
That was so
Talk
good.
about Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer eating dick.
Dude, it was not great, but like they shouldn't have done it together.
Like they shouldn't have done it.
Like you either have Tom or you have Bert.
Bert.
You can't have
Yeah,
them
They're
on
not
the same.
fucking funny. I mean, he is.
I think
obviously,
he's
but-
funny. I
He has
just
some
don't.
good.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
when he's
professional,
not
but-
doing stand up, he's the funniest.
I think he's fun.
I think he's.
Yeah,
I
fun.
see.
Fun,
I think
not
he's
funny.
funny when because he doesn't try to. When he doesn't try to be funny is when it's the funniest.
That feels like fun to me.
much like this
I don't
guy.
know.
Yeah.
Well, we've had that conversation. So
Yeah. Well,
Birdie
fuck
boy.
you.
Fucking
What'd you
Orson
say to me?
Welles over here.
You ever met the Russian mafia? Get him some motion spray.
Oh my god, dude! I need the previous director of the best film ever made to pour some water down my gullet. No, that wasn't funny, and I was trying.
Did you ever see Forbidden Planet?
Let me finish what I was gonna say. She said we'd come back to me.
That's why I said Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. God damn it! Did I forget it? Oh, in film we had to watch Citizen Kane, and then we had to watch Requiem for a Dream.
Jeez.
And I was
I
like-
still haven't seen it because I'm afraid to watch it.
Dude.
I was like, I don't know if I want to go through all that.
We watched the first half, and then she was like, as you understand, like, some people can be excused. And I think some people were like, that didn't see the film. They were like, I need to be excused. And I went to her office. I was like, I'm really dealing with a lot right now. And the last thing I want to do is watch the second half of Requiem for a Dream. She was like, well, Davis,
Is this
like,
high school or college?
College.
because you recommended that to me before college.
Yeah.
In high school, so
It's
I know you'd seen it.
brutal.
And like Marlon Wayans is
Yeah.
in it, and like apparently it's one
One
of his
like
best.
the biggest twists of all time.
It's just
it really?
tough, man. It's just a tough film. And she was like, well, I think you can probably see. I was like, no, I don't want to because I've seen it and I don't want to see the parts.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, what part? And I said, the party scene. And she went, yeah, you don't have to come in. I was like, thank you.
Hey, prove that.
I was
Yeah.
like, it is. I watched that when I was like 15.
Yeah.
Bro.
This is back when he was like, dude, Jared Leto's in it. Like, because I knew about 30 Seconds to Mars. And he was like the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. I was like, Jared Leto? He was like, yes, he's in it. He's fucking incredible. He's so good. Then a few years later, he's winning Oscars.
Darren
I bet-
Aronofsky is unreal.
Wait, Darren Aronofsky. What else did he do?
He did The Whale most recently.
That's what it was.
But he did Pi, which was great.
Yeah.
And Requiem for a Dream. Pi was done. I used to think that was the most indie director. I was like, dude, Darren Aronofsky, bro.
The Whale ruined me.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because
Oh
I couldn't do
my
it.
God.
Oh, he
First
did
off,
Noah's Ark too, or Noah with Russell Crowe.
Oh, got
Noah.
you. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't think that's a movie.
Noah.
Michigan?
You mean Roots?
Wait, that's in our first episode, and I didn't catch it at all.
What, Noah is?
Yeah, and I was like, you're like Eastern Michigan, and I was like, okay. And then, like, as I listened to it, I was like, that son of a bitch.
You mean Amistad? No. No, but
Sorry, Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, Pi is about this guy who I think knows like an algorithm within like the stock market at the time, and these guys are like after him. But it's wild. It's fucking. My mom was like, "Why am I letting you watch this shit?" Because I watched Requiem for a Dream with her.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I was like, "It's supposed to be good," and she was like, "Davis."
in their house, they had like 4 DVDs.
Yeah, she was
And,
giving
like,
me
two of
life lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, she was
and
like,
Akira.
"Oh my god, dude, such a good film." Carter tried to be like, "I showed you this." I was like, "Fuck you, dude."
I was like, no, you didn't.
Meanwhile,
I know that.
my place had like 100 VHSs of Dark Shadows.
Let's Dark Shadows. The
Dark
TV show.
TV show.
Oh,
Not
but
the
my
then the
mom would
movie.
record them all.
Well,
Oh
the thing
my
is,
God.
the movie, the remake of the movie,
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it came out while we were working at Carmike.
Gotcha.
And so that was the first time I'd ever heard of it. And
Yeah.
they were like, it's a remake. And I was like, okay. And then
Well-
I've come to find out it was a remake of the TV series or whatever into one movie. And I was like, oh, this is like a thing people know about.
You used
When-
to catch some good films.
When the internet started, my mom was on one of those Dark Shadow chat rooms,
No.
and she
Yeah.
befriended one of the makeup people that was on the show.
No.
And
No
she came and stayed
way.
at our house for a
No
bit.
What?
way.
Yeah, it was actually kind of crazy.
That's
I-
awesome.
No, it was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
I kind of miss chat rooms. Chat rooms were fun.
Yeah, until
I don't need.
I miss chat roulette, dude.
chat room. Oh my god.
until the pedophiles got. Pedophiles have ruined the internet.
There was
you
this
know.
one dude in a
Have-
gi, and he had like shaving cream.
You're
and he was
such a
like,
dick.
but,
Don't let them get to you.
I'm not.
I would have done
I
the
am.
same thing.
but the whale.
Oh yeah.
Because Darren Aronofsky, let's give him.
Well, it was a
give him his
wait,
due.
but wasn't it a play first?
Yeah.
And he wrote the play.
You know,
Did
did he write the play too?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't believe so.
No.
Samuel D. Hunter.
I think
Did
Samuel
just make that up?
Beckett.
Samuel D. Hunter.
Waiting for nachos.
That's it. It was Oh, it's set in. Never mind. Yeah, Samuel D. Hunter.
Yeah.
Good on you,
and
mate.
when the movie started, I'm in a movie theater.
Oh shit.
By
dude.
yourself, because
No,
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 one
no,
goes there
with
anymore.
Kristen.
Oh,
I'm in a movie
Same
theater.
thing.
The movie starts and subtitles are on,
Oh no.
and I was like, "There's been a mistake.
Oh yeah, because
There's been a mistake. Why the fuck are there subtitles on? I'm at the theater. Like I was,
Yeah.
and I was like, is no one else upset about this? So I got to the front and I'm like, hey, in theater 10,
Yeah.
we're watching The Whale. The subtitles are on. And he goes, yeah, it's because it's subtitles night. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I've never
Respect.
heard of that. I've never heard of that.
I guess it's for hard of hearing. And
now in
but I just didn't know it. No one had said anything about it
Yeah.
beforehand that I knew. And so I was just, I was like, subtitles? I just had never seen it.
Right.
But then I go back into the theater and I sit down. And when I tell you, this is purposeful word choice, I was a blubbering mess. Like,
I remember you telling me about it.
oh my, I was like, and it's like, God, it's just so sad because his daughter, rightfully so, is so angry at him
Yeah.
for being distant. But you know why he's been distant? Because
Yeah.
he hates himself so much.
Right.
Yeah.
So embarrassed. So it's like, you're just seeing her hate him and all he wants is her love and oh my God.
Ugh.
And like, he already knows he has like 2 days to live. Like he knows that at the very beginning, but he's not telling her.
Right.
And so she's like, whatever. And she leaves. Like one of his best relationships
Is
is
now gone.
well, no, is with the pizza delivery guy. And like,
Oh my god.
yeah. And then his nurse is his absolute best relationship.
Right.
But man,
I couldn't do it.
it's so sad.
And
it's so sad.
I almost went to see it when they were doing a screening and Brendan Fraser and Darren Aronofsky were going to be there. But there was only one seat left. And it's a regret I have. I just was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it alone. It was like one of those things. I was
Yeah.
like, and then I have to see them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is just going to be too real for me.
Sure.
So I'll miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime.
I will say though, I think that when it comes to stuff like that, I've only had one experience where that wasn't the case. When you go and see a movie or a show or something like that, and you're meeting the people afterward, and you're like let's say that actually happened, and you were red eyed and like, they would have loved
Yeah.
to see you afterward. Because the only time
Yeah.
that didn't happen for me, it made me. Like I walked up, it was a show that I had done years ago, and then I went to go see it when it was on Broadway, and it was just, the day was tough, and then the show is already a tearjerker,
Yeah.
and then the ending is it was always hard. Even when I did it, it was so hard to like do.
Is that DEH?
Yeah. And then when I went backstage, this was still when it was in previews too, and I went backstage and they're like, "You doing all right?" And I'm like,
You mean at Second Stage or at
on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah. It was still and we went backstage and they were like, "You all right there, buddy?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, am I all right? You did the same thing I did. Mine's just, I was in dark. I didn't get to come back and wash my face. I came right backstage." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they kind of gave me some shit for it. So like, it kind of, no matter what, if I'm trying to do something, because like clearly they're trying to make a sad play, movie, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go and watch it and you give them the effect that they were going for. That's like the best compliment ever.
Yeah, I think it was COVID was coming to an end, and I think for me sometimes like a sad story or whatever, it's almost like it's okay, it's a story, you know. But if I see the person that created it, the person that put it all out there, it's almost like it's almost like I can't keep it together because it's just like this is a person. I love
It adds
people, and
the-
You're, like,
it
seeing
adds
them.
it adds humanity, and then everything that Brendan Fraser went through. I was
Yeah.
like, I just won't be able to. And then I was afraid I was going to be like, "Hey, Darren, I love your work, man. I watched Pi 15 times in the house I lived in with my mom," and he'd be like, "That's great. Security, let's get this guy out of here. I'll be in your next film
Well, you weren't like that with
called Weenie and the Butt."
Requiem for a Cream Pie.
Ew.
Ooh, dude,
Jesus
what
Christ.
the?
Dream pie, putting it all together. It's right there.
Oh, actually.
Oh my God, my fucking legs.
Well, watch out for. Hey, Skylar, you poor thing. I'm so
Oh
sorry.
yeah, it's my fault.
Hey, cool.
What were you gonna say? I
Um,
feel like I'm dominating this conversation.
you weren't like that when we went to go see
Mr. Crosby.
Mr. Crosby.
I didn't really know their music. I got
Yeah,
emotional.
but we still knew who fucking David Crosby was.
Yeah, I got emotional watching the documentary.
Same.
Like when he's warming up, and
Yeah.
then when he like they're doing, like showing old footage of like friends and falling out, and then
Yeah.
doing that. I was like, this is emotional.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to meet him. You were like, go meet him. I was like,
I was
"I'll
like, yeah, dude, you're here at a premiere. It's like,
go talk to him.
yes, go talk to him. When are you? And guess what? You would have never gotten another chance like that. And
'Cause
you
he
got
died.
you literally got to hang out with David Crosby
Yeah,
before he died.
kind of a dick.
No, he was just high as shit.
No, he was like, gotta have the camera ready. And I was like, we're obviously trying. What do you mean? Give me your hat, old man.
Oh wait, so
Mr.
you were
Crosby?
going up there? You didn't have the camera ready for the
We
picture
did not
yet?
have the camera
We did.
ready.
Well, also
like a
we
long
did-
line
we,
behind you.
we did, but the thing is like he took his hat
Tell the
off
story.
for some reason, and then he put it in his coat, and it fell out. And so I was like, oh, he dropped his hat. So I go over there and I was like, Mr. Crosby, and
Dude,
and I was like, Mr.
10
Crosby,
fucking times.
Mr. Crosby, Mr. Crosby, and he goes, huh? And I gave him his hat back, and I was like, hey, so also I didn't steal your hat. I was just you
I can't
dropped
believe
it.
y'all got to meet Bill Crosby. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Did I say David
He kept
Crosby?
fucking
I'm
with
just kidding. What?
what?
Bill Crosby.
There it is.
I
I was
was
like,
like-
he kept fucking with the.
I was like, there's no way
you
this
dropped
guy's
your pudding
Bill
cup?
Crosby. That's so fucked up. Oh. What did
but
J.
that's what
Cole
it was.
say?
It was the phone had locked by the time we were ready to take the picture.
yeah, dude,
So
he
we were like,
was-
oh, fuck, okay.
He was like, you got to be ready. I was like, play the scale, Crosby.
But Davis was never let me hear the end of it. Mr. Crosby.
That's what I said to Mark Norman when I met him at the airport. Was because I was sitting there and I was
Yeah.
Norman.
I was reading through one of my friend's scripts. Hey, shut up!
Bless you.
Shut up!
Oh,
Bless you, Donut.
Shut up!
you
What
tickle
you staring
chin.
at?
And so I'm sitting at the bar, and this was at not LaGuardia. This is at Newark, and there's like a rectangular bar, and I'm sitting there, going through, and who should walk in with his now wife,
Yeah.
Mark Norman, and I'm like, I got to go talk to him.
Yeah. Beer.
And so I walk around, because of course that's where he is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And comedy. And I walked over and I go, Mr. Norman? And he's just like, huh? And I was just like, I just want to thank you for everything you do. And he goes, nice frames. I was like, thank you.
Of course, bro.
'Cause I'm like,
I will be cool.
well, I just didn't want to waste his time.
Yeah.
But because he doesn't know me from Adam's son, and so I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna come, and so I go back to my computer and I'm sitting there, and he just kept looking back over at me, like he thought I was gonna like kill him or something. Because I think like he probably
You were the
seen
most serious person he had ever met,
a little
ever.
nervous.
You were like, hello, Mr. Norman. I've always been a big fan of your works.
I told him, I said, thank you for everything you do.
over there. Thank you for everything you do.
Because
For making me laugh.
I no, it's
I'm
because
kidding.
I saw him on. I don't know. I wish I knew their podcast, but it's these two black guys, and I don't know them from anything else. I only saw it because it came up on my suggested because
Yeah.
Mark Norman was there, and at one point they're just giving him a hard time. They're like, "Man, you go there. Like you're not afraid to really go there." And then he was making the point like, "Yeah, but if I didn't go there with certain people." Wouldn't that be being racist? Like if I kept certain people off the that would be being choosy. That
Yeah.
would be being that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is when you don't treat everyone equal. Like I'm a comedian, so I'm looking for the comedy in things.
Yeah.
If I go, oh nope, there's no comedy in black people, that's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no comedy in women, that's sexist.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no comedy. No, there's comedy there. It's just how you deal with it and what
Yeah.
you actually say and what you do. And so I just think that like having someone who's that, I'm going to use the word, brave. I think it's kind of brave. I do. Nowadays, like,
Yeah.
like thank you for everything you do. Like I think it's important to have those voices out there, and and he's using it. So I didn't say all that to him. And I did tell him. I said, "Oh, you were great on Fitzsimmons' podcast last week."
So he
So
knew you were going to shoot
embarrassing.
him in the face.
So
He's
embarrassing.
like, I listened to you.
Well, we had already
know
gone
what
through
you do.
security.
Yeah, he had no chance.
He had no chance, man.
So that's what you got. What's that from? I figured you would know. I know you
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
So that's what you got.
No chance. So that's what you got. No chance.
Is this Vince McMahon's intro
Yes!
song?
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
You've got no chance in hell. You got.
No chance.
I'd just be half naked with my boxers on flex, and I'd be like, fuck him up, Vince. Hit him on the turnbuckle.
Did you ever do the thing where you take the front of your shirt over the back of your neck and
Yeah.
you feel like you were in a...
I thought I was like a Super Saiyan.
All that he still does this shit.
Nah,
I
dude,
would
I
do
just
that as
pull
a kid,
my
seriously.
dick out. What?
Should we pull our dicks out?
I'll bleep it out. Don't worry.
Mr. Norman. No, dude. I had
All
to
I'm saying
change
is,
in
I get why you said
jujitsu,
Mr.
bro.
Crosby. It's like a thing.
Especially at that time in my life when I was like, never offend or do anything to anybody. Don't even talk to them. And you talking to them, oh, dude, give them your fucking pinky toe. You're out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was so much of like, hey, I want to tell you how great you are, but I don't want to make you uncomfortable. But you're also at a party where we're supposed to tell you how great you are and how great you were. But I also don't want it to be inauthentic.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's a premiere party. You're
But the
supposed
whole
to come up there-
relationship is inauthentic.
Exactly.
Like the
And
fact that we
it's
listen
so
to these
weird.
people and then we've never met them, we don't
Yeah.
know them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
But that's the thing is like I can, and that's what I try to remember is like, hey, I don't know you, but what I just saw was really good work, and thank you for your work.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I ever say, unless it's someone that I like truly grew up like basically like worshiping.
You don't want him to crucify you on that Southern Cross. That's a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song,
Nice.
or maybe just Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yeah,
Southern
dude.
Cross.
He and Young were.
They had their things. Stephen Stills, he was always there though.
He fucking rips.
That's
Dude,
Neil
Treetop
Young,
Flyer,
right?
Treetop Flyer, my survivor. That's Stephen Stills.
I know.
I think it is. Pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Yeah.
Oh man, music, movies.
It's wild.
What's your
Porn.
favorite movie that's not old as shit?
Oh, dude, I can't. I don't know.
You can't. You don't know.
You don't have a favorite movie?
You're gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today? You gonna learn today?
I mean, I know mine easy.
Same.
What? What's
Little
your
Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine?
It's so
Yeah, that
rewatchable.
is easy.
Or, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Oh God, beat that one to tears.
God, that is such a good movie.
Nope. It's such a good movie.
So good. Did
Can't
you ever
watch
see it?
Yeah. I read it and then I watched it while I was reading it. So I like had the script with me while
Nice.
while I was watching it to see how like what they like what Mike changed and what Albie changed and everything like that. And I still that
It's too real. You know, Edward
Yeah,
Albee
it's just-
says that he never rewrote any of it.
he didn't have to.
He says that he was with Play and that when he delivered it, it was there. And I just think that's such a crock of shit. I don't believe him for a second that he didn't rewrite any of it. You fucking
We're coming for you,
bullshitter.
motherfucker.
It just has too many good connections. It has too many.
Yeah.
Maybe
you'd
he,
have to
maybe
be-
maybe he played it out first and just did everything in his head and didn't rewrite it, but he redid everything in his head and like maybe he just took notes, you know, and then when
Yeah.
he got on the paper it was like, okay, this note you know what I mean, like there's a lot of stuff where
I mean,
people will talk about that.
He's close to a genius for sure. Like Edward Albee is. Come on.
Well, there's a lot of things that people will say, like, was it Mozart? They said he never, he always wrote it. He never changed anything when he wrote something. It was always perfection. And then when he would play it, it would be the cleanest sheet music
Yeah.
they'd ever seen. Well, then you go back to his house and it's covered in sheets
Yeah.
of stuff that he went shredded and like.
Because his dad, dude.
What do you
His
mean?
dad was the ultimate abuser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like would lock him in the basement if he wouldn't
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah,
Would
I
like
do-
like he
I do
was.
remember that.
I also had
awful.
autism, so no fucking wonder.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that was the thing is like, there's this picture that I used to watch I used to like look at a lot, and it's this guy. It's like a cartoon of this guy like juggling plates, and he's on top of the stairs, and it's like a red carpet, and he's like in front of a giant crowd. He's juggling
Yeah.
plates, and then behind him is just a bunch of broken plates.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're not going to show you that because they fucked up over there. They did all the fucking up, and then they got out there and showed you what they could do.
Yeah.
They did the fucking up in the, in the open mics or the rehearsals or the rehearsal room, the studios and all that. They fucked it up, and then when they are ready, they've already had that experience. And
I think-
apparently, the Beatles did that.
Oh yeah, the Beatles
They,
would
like,
tour
toured-
under what do they call themselves? They had this different name, and they would change their name a lot.
Yeah, because they wanted to like really practice and get the shit down, and then when they came to America, they set this shit on fire.
Oh, I mean, I think they were already the Beatles before they came over, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like they did it right. They wrote love songs, made them catchy.
Yeah.
But you were saying, oh God, 1 second ago.
Virginia Woolf.
I
Oh,
think
sorry.
that that whole idea of all of the work it takes to do something amazing, I think the closest thing, like people who haven't dedicated their lives to a craft or whatever, like when you get to feel that is like Christmas morning, because you don't show your family all of the toil and how awful work is and the
Right.
9 to 5 and the everyday grueling. But then on Christmas, you get to go, look at what all of my work has been
Yeah.
able to buy for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think
Ideally, Nowadays,
I know.
You know what I
Oh.
mean? When we were growing up, it was that. It was like, don't show the struggle so that when you, I completely get it.
And nowadays, nowadays, what is nowadays? I don't even have a grasp on it yet.
Yeah, nowadays
Everyone's stories, but then it's not the real thing, and then it's
Yeah.
all
everything's
behind
AI.
filters and-
This podcast has been AI.
no.
It's actually not real. It's a
Can you imagine?
100%
It's still this
computer
boring.
generated.
Well, that hurt. I was right in the pickles.
Right in the pickles?
Sorry, I
Little
think
tiny
I need a
pickles?
blood transfusion, dude. Post Wendy's, I'm like,
I know.
Yeah.
okay, that's disgusting. Okay, Virginia Woolf.
No, it wasn't disgusting. It was just kind of piss poor.
What's okay? Well, I'll fart into my butt.
No, I'd say
next
Little Miss
time.
Sunshine over Who's Afraid
Little
of
Miss
You.
Sunshine.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the
Nice.
Titans. That
I
every
do
time.
not dance unless there is music. I do not.
God.
What is it he says? You're gonna know it.
Which part is that?
That's when they're in the gym and he's like, and I will not be.
It's in the beginning, the very first, like when he's introducing everybody.
I thought it was towards the end. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's been years since I saw that movie.
It's just, it's so good. I cry every time.
Ain't no
every time.
mountain high, ain't
trying
no
to think.
valley low.
I don't.
Strong side,
Left side.
strong side,
Left side.
strong side.
Left side.
Ah! I'm like, oh my god, they're brothers.
I don't.
they're so close.
I can't think of one movie that I think is my favorite.
All right,
I'm gonna
well,
make
I'll
a
say this.
connection really quick.
The reason. Sorry, what?
That Shane Gillis bit. He's like, as bad as high as racism is in America, football is just right.
Yes.
Yeah.
that
right
is
there.
such a
He's
good
like, he's like,
That is one high school season.
he was like, it's 12 weeks. He's like, oh, they're combining races. You're like, oh, the high school team's 4-0. What? Those guys are my brothers. He's like, if the transgender movement just had a good, run it down your throat football team,
The run it down your throat.
he's like, you'd have a bunch of people going around being like, those are some tough bitches. And I fell out, dude.
It's just funny.
It's so good.
But no, I was gonna say, here's why I like Little Miss Sunshine. Okay,
It's so good.
is
a great
because
film.
it's rewatchable.
Yeah.
Like I always find
Rewatchability.
myself coming back to it.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing about like do what you love and fuck the rest.
Yeah.
The glorifying of your prime suffering years. Also, just the comedy throughout, and the acting throughout,
Yeah.
and the colors and the.
Greg Kinnear, you fucking hate him.
Ugh,
You
but
really
You
do.
fight for him though too.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh,
used
God,
to think I
with,
was
Alan
Alan Arkin.
Arkin when he's like
fuck a lot of women, not just one woman, a lot of women.
loser is someone who's so afraid of losing they never even try or whatever it is.
Dude.
Right in the pickles,
You're
bro.
getting me right in
And
the
she's
fucking
crying, and he's like, "Let me tell you something." Yeah,
amount
Greg
of
Kinnear, you just want to
times
beat the fuck out of him.
I literally would post, like, just in my close friends, that Paul Dano moment when I've even had, like, 2020 was the biggest one when I wanted to do that. And I actually did it. I didn't go outside. I just did it in my pillow. But there was a moment, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When he finds out that he's colorblind, or he's colorblind, so he finds out he can't be, and he just runs out. And you hear him, like, just, like, going into his...
Can't fly jets if you're colorblind.
Right, and then he's screaming into his hands, and then he finally the first
turns around to him.
The first word we hear him say is this blood curdling scream of fuck, and I just went,
divorced, bankrupt. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" Oh my god,
dude, it's so good.
so what's the
Just
movie?
crumbling into the side of the highway, just
That was so. Good. I used to
my
think I was
God.
Paul Dano, and now I'm like, fuck, I'm Greg Kinnear.
Motherfucker, you're Steve Carell, baby.
But you also have Bryan Cranston in that fucker.
Yeah.
dude, I need to rewatch this
And-
movie. I did not know that.
Do you remember the cop that pulls him over?
Yeah.
That's
Who's
the
that?
other dude in Breaking Bad. The cop brother-in-law who's
Oh,
trying
that's
to.
Hank?
That's Hank.
No
shit.
The dude who's like, that's pretty nice with the porn, and he's like, you keep that one because it's the gay porn.
Yeah, he's like,
For Steve Carell's character,
you know how
like
it is.
jugs and ammo or something is one of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's so like it's a Breaking Bad prequel.
It's a
kinda.
prequel, yeah.
Honestly,
like,
that
literally
and
they're
then El
like,
Camino.
We're letting you know what's about to happen.
in
you don't know, but you're about
Albuquerque,
to.
New Mexico.
I still haven't seen El Camino. I
What
need
was
to
his
watch
name?
that.
Benny Saltzman.
So
or
good.
whatever. Yeah, that's such a good movie. So what's like the one you go back to?
One that I would always go back to is Disturbia for a while. I would also watch a lot of. I watched Hitch all the fucking time.
I love that movie.
Hitch.
Dude,
all the
Hitch
time
is
with Michael
hilarious.
Rappaport,
I'm about to slap you
Kevin
across the face.
James. But
Eva Longoria.
It was at like an age when I loved rom coms.
Dude, Will Smith
Love
has one of
Actually
the
is the best
best. Like, there's a moment where he is like, that dude who's like a piece of shit is like being like, "Hey, I paid for your services."
Oh, yeah.
And he grabs him and he says something. He goes, "Oh, so you're like a metaphor guy?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh, see, I'm more of a literal person. So when I do this, it grabs him, puts him on the
Yeah.
thing. He goes, this is me saying, I will literally break your shit off if you ever touch me again." Okay, Pumpkin?
It's
And
like,
dude,
okay.
I fell into the ground. Okay, Pumpkin is hilarious. I love that movie. My mom and I quote it all the time.
I think I know one that you might want to
Oh.
say. I think
Yeah.
Shawshank.
That's a good one.
I know that's one of your
Shawshank is
favorites.
so good.
Yeah, I would say Shawshank, or surprisingly, the 3:10 to Yuma remake with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe, because there's a part in it when I think it's Russell Crowe, or maybe it's his son. I don't know, but he has to get him on the train. That's a big thing, and
Yeah.
Russell Crowe's like, "Not going," and he's like, "Yes, you are," and he's like, "I'm not." And then he sits there because Christian Bale is like amputee from the war. He's like after the Civil War is like the U.S. government gave me $100 to just walk away, and I don't have a farm anymore. I don't have it. And he's crying, and he's like, "I'm not walking away." And Russell Crowe's like, "All right, let's go." And then fucking Ben Foster? I don't know, dude. It's a great film. So many good films. All you filmmakers out there watching this, how can I pick just one?
What about Fight Club?
Oh, that's such a good movie.
That's a great movie.
Oh,
Bob had bitch tits.
I'm trying to think of movies I've watched the most of. I think I've watched Never Back Down
You
49
love that movie.
times.
I think that's the movie that got you into MMA. You're
'Cause I'd be like,
this is real
"Dude."
life. I need to watch this now.
If Amber Heard could go to my high school.
That's right. Amber Heard is.
What
in
was her
that.
name? Baha
I don't care.
Baha
Blast?
Miller. Baha Miller.
Baha Man?
Baha
Let the
Miller.
dogs out.
And then that guy who's like, if you want to be the best, you got to take out the best. I don't want to be anything. Then why the hell are you here? Oh, dude. And he's like, because that chick has boobs. And he's like, too bad you're getting fucking teeped in the face.
Dude, he got his ass beat.
Yeah, dude.
Did you ever see Secondhand Lions?
No.
but
Holy
with
shit.
Robert,
That's with
Robert
Robert
Duvall.
Duvall
This
and,
just turned into
Michael
a movie
Caine.
Michael
podcast.
Caine and
Holy
what's his
shit.
name?
Haley Joel Osment.
Yes, thank you.
I see dead people.
That's another great one.
Oh, Sixth Sense.
Still
Seven.
have not seen it.
Unbreakable. Get the fuck out of
dude,
here.
I
But
watched
speaking of
Unbreakable.
getting your TP launched or whatever you just said, getting beat up.
He got teep kicked.
Yeah.
T-kicked. It's like TP launched.
In
He's
Secondhand
getting
Lions.
tomahawked in the throat.
There's a scene where they're at a little
Diner.
yeah.
I have seen that.
And
scene.
What is this?
Secondhand Lions.
Okay.
Because
Oh my God! Yes, I've seen that scene.
Michael Caine's character keeps telling Haley Joel Osment all these old stories
Yeah,
about this
yeah.
like man who loved this woman.
the worst Southern accent I've ever heard is from
Yeah,
Michael
well.
Caine.
And-
Great actor, terrible
And-
Southern accent.
And then halfway through, well, no, sorry, he's telling all these great stories about this guy, and he's like making him this great hero, and then you learn it was like actually Robert Duvall's life.
Yeah.
And so it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
But they're in this diner, and these like ragtag group of nothings come in, and they're like,
Ragtag group of nothing.
What's up, old man?
and he's like, get the no, and they pull out a knife, and he
Yeah.
goes, put the knife up, and the guy's like, oh, what you gonna do? And he's like, and then Michael Caine's like, what's about to happen? So Robert Duvall goes, and like beats the shit out of him, takes the knife
yes.
from him, and he's like, "You're holding it like this, you idiot. You got to turn it around so I can't do that again. Here." And he gives him the knife back, and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Pick it up." And so it's just that is one of the best
Yeah.
fight
It's so
scenes.
good.
I mean, it's not like a great fight scene. It's
No,
just
it's
like
just
a
a great moment.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I've seen from that movie is that scene.
when you like build up your enemy, like you help your enemy just because you're
Yeah.
that much better.
Get back to the fries.
There's a moment in my
Go get your
favorite
shoe shine
episode.
box. Goodfellas. Oh my god.
That's a good one too. There's a moment in Avatar. It's my favorite episode. It's also one of the saddest episodes ever, where Uncle Iroh, he's about to get robbed, and the guy he's like sitting there. And he goes, "Give me all your money, old man." He goes, "What?" He goes, "Give me your money." He goes, "You're never gonna beat anyone up with a stance like that." He goes, "What are you talking about? This is a stick up." He goes, You can't." And literally just with one movement, just like grabs him and then just like pops him in the chest. He was like, "You're not." He's like, "You're not gonna do anything with that." And he goes, "You can't do anything unless you have a firm stand," and like teaches him how to like stand with like as an earthbender would technically, because they're in the Earth Kingdom. And he goes, "But to be honest, I don't take you for someone who like does this." And he's like, "You're right." He's like, "I don't know what." He's like, "I just haven't been well, and it's not me." And it was like, that is such a good moment.
Because you know what? It kind of connecting those two, the type of person that's going to come up and pick a fight with an older man is a person with like whose dad or who had no father figure there.
Yeah.
And then by them realizing that's the problem and then becoming that father figure for a moment.
Yep.
Like, hey, fix your stance. Hey, don't hold the knife like that.
Yep.
Like then it's like, oh, I earned your respect. You're not going to fight me now. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like,
There's no need. You don't have to. Everything that you were looking for, you just got.
yeah. That's crazy.
It's so good though.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
I'm surprised you didn't say Shawshank right off the bat. I
Well,
feel like you
it's
used to
been
talk about that one a lot.
Yeah, it was so impactful when I was younger. Now it's almost kind of like there are new lessons to be learned, maybe as I venture further in life. But yeah, I mean, God. And it was like a silent Oscar nomination. Everyone was like, why the fuck is this out? Because it was like it came out during, I can't think of the films, but
Oh, I can tell
It
you
was-
exactly what it was nominated against.
What?
yeah,
It
please
was
do.
Shawshank, Pulp Fiction,
Yes.
Forrest Gump,
Okay. This is hard to beat.
and I think those were the
Yeah.
three. There was another
So
one.
what
too.
won?
Forrest Gump.
But Shawshank Redemption was winning.
Robert
This is the
Zemeckis.
94. I think
Yeah.
it's the 94 Oscars.
But it won a few, and people were like, what film is that?
95 maybe.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Suds on the Roof. Yeah, because that scene always makes me cry.
Yeah.
Because when I proposed to Christina, she was like, "What should I walk down the aisle to?" And I was like, "You should probably walk down to Suds on the Roof by of course I can't think of the fucking name. It's not Thomas Newman, is it?
I think it was Kendrick Lamar.
Get the fuck out of here. May have to have you Google.
Yeah, so it was Shawshank, Quiz Show, Pulp
That's
Fiction,
a great movie.
4 Weddings and a Funeral, and
That's a good
Forrest
movie.
Gump.
Yeah.
I like Four
That
Weddings
was
and a Funeral, too.
1995 Best Picture nominees. And you're like, well, fuck me. 3 out of 5 of these are some of the best
Yeah.
movies ever made.
Do you
in
know
the
Quiz
history
Show?
of-
No.
No.
It's Ray
Robert
Fiennes.
Redford.
Wait,
Robert Redford.
click on it. Maybe he was the dad. Quiz Show was Ray Fiennes, and he's
Yeah,
this,
he's in it too.
Yeah, he's this game show contestant.
John Turturro
Who
and
ca-
Martin Scorsese. Is it a Scorsese film?
It is such a good movie. I don't remember. I don't remember, but
No, it's Robert Redford, but Scorsese is in it.
he's on this quiz show.
awesome.
Yeah.
But they keep feeding him these answers, and so he gets. It's like a moral question of like, is this quiz
Oh.
show just entertainment, or because there's a cash prize? Like, does he need to? And it's oh my god, the acting in Quiz Show is something else.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
Definitely got to watch it.
Yeah.
Quiz Show.
I'll say Shawshank. Final answer. Bam.
Yeah.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah, it's just so many. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking? What's his name?
Tim.
Robinson.
There
Yeah,
you
Tim
go.
Robinson.
Not Tim Robinson.
Tim
that's-
Robbins.
Tim Robbins. Tim Robinson is. I
Yeah.
think you should leave.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Can you
other
imagine?
guy.
Wait, that's a funny remake. It's Morgan Freeman and Tim Robinson. That's
Hey,
so funny.
why am I here? I didn't do fucking shit.
So funny. That
Look
would be
what they're
great.
doing to us. What the fuck? Or when
Where's my hot dogs?
the one sketch when he's like, yeah, man, and my wife, and they're like, and he's like,
At the magic show?
no, at the oh my god,
The magic show. He
the
made you.
sleepover, they're having beers, and he's like, yeah, no, my wife, she sure is a jerk, and then it like cuts, and it's the guy who played the Atlanta bombing guy, the security guard that
I know who you mean.
oh, what's his fucking name?
I don't
He was
remember.
in Cobra Kai. He was in so much.
Wasn't he in David Fincher's Oh, I'd like a typewriter. Mindhunter?
I don't
Wasn't
think he was in Mindhunter.
He wasn't that guy?
No.
The bigger guy.
Yeah,
Like fat and strong, right?
What is this?
yeah, but he didn't play Ed Kemper.
Kemper. He didn't?
Not even close.
Who was that guy?
That guy's just some guy in L.A. that
Are you sure?
Little Burkage played football against.
Are
And
you
he was
sure?
like, "Were you Ed Kemper?" He was like, "I was."
I'd like a typewriter.
I promise you, it's not him.
Well, they did 2 of those
For the
movies.
10th time.
No, they did 2 of those. We might be thinking about 2 different. About the Atlanta
Got
bombing.
it.
Of Mindhunter?
The Atlanta bombing is him.
Because there was one called something.
The one with John Hamm.
Yeah. I didn't see that one.
He's that one.
Yeah, read off some of those names.
The show or the movie?
The show Mindhunter.
Oh,
He's not in Mindhunter.
Jonathan Groff,
Yeah.
Holt McCallum.
No.
McElhaney.
He's not in it.
But the guy I am thinking of, because there were 2 Atlantic Games movies that came
But
out.
what
like at
does
the same time.
Mindhunter have to do with any of it?
Because that guy played what's his face in the other one.
What movie were we talking about? What was the other? I can't remember what
It's
we were
the
talking
one
about.
with John Hamm.
The Atlantic Games one, right? About the guy who, the
Yeah, but
security guard.
Yeah, but it's John. It's the John Hamm one.
You keep saying that. Which movie? What
I
are
don't
we-
know.
why
I don't
were
know
we-
what it's
Wait,
called.
why were we talking about?
Because
that?
that guy is in the Tim Robinson sketch where he makes fun of his own wife, and then in his perfect Southern, he's like, "That was wrong of me to do. I love my wife," and he goes on like a 10-minute tangent, and he's like, "I can't be here. I can't stay the night." And they're like, "Come on!" And they're like 40-year-old men who have sleeping bags, and it doesn't feel worth it now.
Atlantic.
Because I just kept screaming the John Hamm one. The John Hamm one.
Do you remember the movie? Hey!
Oh,
This
no,
is
no.
my job. This is
You
my
do that
job.
one. We're working at 2 different things.
Is it?
We're getting the launch codes.
Is it Between Two Ferns?
No.
Definitely that one. Maybe could have been Great Expectations.
Also, I have heard the Great Expectations song from The Outsiders. Good song.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a really good song.
You know what movie that makes me cry a lot?
What?
Sing Street.
That's such a good movie.
I have heard that,
I
and
really
I've-
wanted to be in that, and then I heard some not so great things about.
So I'm
that
talking
and the
about
process.
Cameron Britton.
Remember when I was auditioning for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I dodged a bullet. So
Oh, nice. That movie makes me cry.
it's so good. It's such a good movie.
On My Way to Find You fucks me
yeah.
up, dude.
You were staring at
Oh,
your
dude, Christina and I danced to that one time, and I blubbered like a blubber.
All
Blubber.
the ghosts beside you.
I'm gonna cry.
Why? Don't cry.
In the backseat.
Don't cry.
I was on my way.
I promise I'm thinking
to
of this
find
this
you.
TV series.
I was on my
Deadly
way
Games? Is that what it's
to
called?
find you.
Deadly Games.
Such a good one.
See, your voice sounded really good, and I thought for a second I was like, Davis,
You
you're
did sound good.
sounding
You did
great.
sound good, Davis.
We're
you
gonna
did
have to
sound good.
isolate that clip and play it back.
just for you, just your vocals, and be like, all right, what's the verdict?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
Richard
this.
Jewell.
Richard Jewell. That's
Manhunt Deadly Games. That's the TV series I'm thinking of.
oh.
Manhunt Deadly Games.
You said Mindhunter.
Because Cameron Britton, who plays Ed Kemper, played Richard Jewell in this.
Got it. Who Chris Burkage played
That's what I was
football
saying. That's what I was
against.
saying.
It got it.
Who was it? Cameron.
Cameron Britton,
Britton.
who was
Yes,
on
I do remember.
Manhunt Deadly Games
Yes, yes,
and
yes, yes, yes.
Mindhunter.
I remember him talking about it.
Yeah, he was like, they walked out to the middle so they could get the rules. And Chris was like, were you in Mindhunter? He was like, yeah, I was Ed Kemper.
No, he was so fucking good.
He was.
and
he
his
was so big.
He
And-
was in Mindhunter.
I know, and
okay.
in Manhunt Deadly Games. And
Oh,
his,
okay. Yeah.
his
Gotcha,
acting
gotcha.
and because playing Richard Jewell, because there was another movie about Richard Jewell that came out about the same time, or a
Yeah.
movie. This was a series,
Yeah.
and because the first Manhunt was about the Unabomber, and it was so fucking good. Like that TV
Yeah.
series is great, but Cameron Britton has a thing where his mom is like, "What did you do? And he's like, "Nothing, Mom, nothing." And like he like breaks, and it's like to see this giant man just, "Nothing, Mom, nothing. I didn't do anything." Because like everyone's coming to the
Yeah.
door.
They
They're like,
ruined Richard Jewell's
they
life.
ruined him, dude.
Wait, what happened?
So at the Atlanta
96.
Olympics in 96,
yeah.
there was he was working security, and he's noticing like he's like kind of a nobody. He's like
It's like a
literally just there.
rent-a-cop, kind of.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Well, it was Olympic security. Nobody thought anything
No.
crazy was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like the security at like at the
Hamilton
at the-
Place.
at Hamilton Place, or like even the fucking like Knicks or not Knicks, but the Yankees game. It's like outside. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
and then you get to the security
Yeah.
guards inside. But
like that one lady who was looking through my backpack, and she was like, "I know there's something I didn't just see," and I was like,
Thank you.
"Thank you." She was like, "Just keep it hidden."
what was it?
It
Alcohol.
was like a
No,
joint.
I had
It was
like a
weed
joint
pen.
or something, or a weed
Yeah.
pen.
Oh, okay.
But
Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell. So everyone like the thing's about to blow up or whatever, or it does, and he is running over to like help, and for some reason everyone thinks he's the one who did it.
Yeah.
And because he was like the first one there or
Yeah.
this or that, and they're also just looking for someone to blame because when
Yeah.
something like that happens, like
Yeah.
the media did not help.
The media
was a
ruined
big
his life.
problem.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's why this was coming out when it did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
such a big deal. But and then my dad actually was friends with one of the FBI agents on the Richard Jewell case.
Really?
Yeah, like childhood friends.
Wow. Was Bob like, let me get in a room with him. I'll get the truth.
No, he's just like, yeah, well, my friend had blah, 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 blah."
They ruined his life.
Ruined him. Oh man. But
Dude died of a
Manhunt,
heart
the first
attack.
one about the Unabomber, holy shit. It's where they developed the whole idea of a serial killer. No, that's in
Yeah.
Mindhunter. This is when they developed the whole way of how to read someone's word choice and figure out how to locate them from that. Because all they have are these notes they're getting that are clipped out
Oh,
of
right,
like
right.
newspaper
Got
clippings.
it.
And so they can't go off of handwriting. They can't go off of because he's like making it so that he's putting it in weird mailboxes every time.
Yeah.
So they know where they're all coming from, and it's from all over. So they're like, all right, it's somewhere here. And they're like, all right, well, what types of words is he using? How is he developing the sentences? So this whole way of linguistic, what's the word for searching for someone?
Like analysis?
Yeah, a word like that. Like, because of the Unabomber.
That's wild.
That's
He
insane.
got away with it. Unabomber. They never caught him.
Yeah, they did.
You're
They
thinking
caught
of
the
Zodiac
Unabomber?
killer. The
Yeah.
Zodiac killer they didn't catch.
I'm pretty sure they didn't catch the Unabomber.
Okay.
Hold on.
You're
Right? I'm.
Ted
Kaczynski
Kaczynski, bro.
was
They found him alone
Just
in
so
his
you're-
little shack.
yeah. Just so you're aware, it was Ted Kaczynski. They did. Find him.
Okay.
And he
Sorry.
died
Sorry. I
last-
always
because he
do
died
this.
last year.
And then Ted Kuklinski
Wait.
was
is
the
that his name?
Iceman.
Oh, yeah. Or
It was the mob killer.
Ted Kuklinski sounds like a joke. I believe.
Wait. It's Ted Kaczynski
Yeah,
is the
he's the
Unabomber.
Unabomber.
Ted Kuklinski is the Iceman, the mob killer who would kill people because dude, this guy murdered people.
You're Richard Kuklinski.
Oh my,
Kuklinski.
fuck
Dick
me.
Kuklinski.
Dick Kuklinski
Yeah, dude, that guy,
in Jersey.
he would go into bars.
Wait, but that doesn't. They got both of those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, who did you? You're just thinking about the Zodiac.
You're
No,
talking about
I'm
the Zodiac.
thinking, no, no, I know what I thought. I'll never take accountability. We're looking for the accountability monster. He has never taken accountability.
Do you know
No,
why he was
probably-
called the Unabomber?
Uh-uh.
What it's short for?
University, right?
University and airports.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Unabomber.
You know who else was a serial killer? Because no one we just mentioned besides the Zodiac, who I knew they never caught.
Well, Ted Cruz is still out there. Another Ted.
Wasn't there a story that I know? Ted Kuklitz? It's Richard, you stupid fucking idiot.
shit
High five.
myself.
Some guy, there was a story of some guy who was like, pretty sure my dad was the Zodiac killer. Wasn't there a book or something? It was like, I'm pretty sure my dad did it. And everything was like checking out. Maybe I'm just making shit up as I go. Maybe I'm the Zodiac killer. Nah, dude, Ted Cruz would fuck it up. He'd be like, wait, I thought you meant leave Texas when there's a blizzard.
There was the most dangerous animal of all, searching for my father and finding the Zodiac killer. Damn.
I know Richard Ramirez's cousin was a serial killer, the Night Stalker.
Dude.
Oh my god.
He was in the army.
yeah.
He was a serial rapist and a serial killer in Vietnam. When
Oh,
Richard
shit.
was a kid, he would show him Polaroids of, hey, look what I did in Vietnam.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I know. You never hear about
Jesus.
that. You never hear about that. He killed so many fucking people because the Viet Cong, right? It was kind of like they would be, to my understanding, because I was there, just in the woods. So there's no supervision in Vietnam.
No.
So what they would do, this dude just snuck into villages and just killed all these men, raped and killed all these women, took pictures of it, and kind of just skulked around Vietnam.
Dude, the way they would have to fight because they were fighting America and they're because all they had was home field advantage.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so they would like make these pits. In
Oh
the,
my
in
God,
the
yeah.
woods where like you're just walking and you're walking and you go down and there was like spikes at the bottom
Yup.
and like with poison in it or like they'd take like shit and rub them on the spikes. So no matter what, you're
You would
fucked.
get infected and die.
Or when you'd have to go through caves, they'd take snakes,
Yes.
tie the snakes to the ceiling. So
Yeah.
as you're going through, like, and it's just like, what do you do?
And then they would flood, like if they got in the caves past the snakes, they would then flood the caves.
This feels like a Mario level.
They would,
kind
f-
of
they would
If
flood
they
them.
got past the Koopas or the Goombas,
Yeah.
now they're gonna run to the Koopas.
Or they would fucking drop grenades in there.
Dude, it was.
Ugh. I mean, that's crazy, but not as crazy as Fun Facts with Cal.
Fun facts with Cal.
Hey everyone, so I'm outside on this beautiful day and I just had an ambulance pass me and that reminded me of a fun little fact that I wanted to share with you. So have you ever had an emergency vehicle pass and you notice that as soon as it passes you, the siren almost seems to change in pitch and get slower? Well, that's actually an effect that's happening and it's called the Doppler effect. And basically what happens is as a siren is approaching you, those sound waves of the siren are traveling to you at the speed of sound at a certain frequency. But because the siren is moving towards you at a speed, let's say 60 miles an hour, those sound waves have shorter and shorter distance to cover to get to your ears. So those sound waves are compressed, the frequency gets higher, and the sound waves sound higher. Now, the minute it passes you, those sound waves are traveling towards you, but they are also traveling away from you at the speed that the vehicle is moving. So those waves stretch out, the valleys and troughs get wider, and the sound sounds lower.
Why is this called Dixit? Dixit. What a weird name.
I'm feeling dick sick. Someone get me a computer.